The prayer at Gethsemane is one of the most emotional and powerful moments in the life of Jesus Christ. It took place in the Garden of Gethsemane on the night before his crucifixion. This moment reveals Jesus' deep sorrow, his humanity, and his complete surrender to the will of God. After sharing the Last Supper with his disciples, Jesus left the city of Jerusalem and went with them to the Garden of Gethsemane, a quiet olive grove on the Mount of Olives. Among the disciples, he took 3 of his closest followers with him: Peter the Apostle, James the Apostle, John the Apostle. Jesus began to feel overwhelming sorrow and distress because he knew the suffering that awaited him. He said to them, "My soul is overwhelmed with sorrow to the point of death. Stay here and keep watch with me." Jesus walked a little farther into the garden and fell face down on the ground to pray. In deep anguish, he prayed to God, "My Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass from me. Yet not as I will, but as you will." The cup Jesus spoke of symbolized the suffering, rejection, and crucifixion he was about to endure. Even though he knew the pain ahead, Jesus chose obedience to God's will. When Jesus returned to his disciples, he found them asleep. He said to Peter, "Could you not keep watch with me for 1 hour? Watch and pray so that you will not fall into temptation. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak." This moment showed the human weakness of the disciples, even in a critical time. Jesus went away again and prayed a second time, "My Father, if this cup cannot pass unless I drink it, your will be done." He returned once more and found the disciples sleeping again because they were exhausted. For the 3rd time, Jesus prayed the same prayer, fully surrendering himself to God's plan. The Bible tells us that Jesus was in such deep agony that his sweat fell like drops of blood. Yet even in this intense suffering, he remained faithful to God. Finally, he returned to his disciples and said, "Rise, let us go. Here comes my betrayer." At that moment, Judas Iscariot arrived with soldiers to arrest him. The prayer at Gethsemane teaches several powerful lessons. 1. True surrender to God. Jesus showed that trusting God's will is greater than our fears. To doubt the reality of human struggle, even Jesus experienced deep emotional pain. 3. The power of prayer in difficult moments. In his darkest hour, Jesus turned to prayer. 4. Obedience to God's plan. His surrender led to the salvation of humanity. The prayer at Gethsemane reminds believers that even in moments of fear, pain, or uncertainty, the greatest strength comes from surrendering to God's will.